Welcome back to video 4, the final video in the Fat Loss Made Simple video series, and today we're going to talk about slip-ups, fails, and how you can set yourself up for success in the long term. One of the first things that I would encourage you to do is to remove this expectation that you need to diet at 100%. Like all your meals have to be super nutrient dense, or you have to be eating super healthy all the time. And reality is, you have a life. Hopefully you have a life and you have a social life, and maybe you want to go out on a date with your wife and get her cheesecake and burgers. Hear that? Basically, you're going to want to have a lifestyle and be able to accommodate for that. And if you have this idea in your head that you need to go for 100% all the time, when you fail to reach that 100% clean foods all the time, you're going to be really disappointed in that. So remove this expectation of hitting 100% all the time and focus on a majority of the time, that 80-20 rule, where you're focusing on nutrient dense foods 80% of the time. And it's okay to have a day where you don't meet all your goals, because that's not the end of the world. The second thing I would tell you is to let your environment support you. What I mean by that is you shouldn't have candy laying on the kitchen table. You shouldn't have it readily available in the cupboards. If you tend to reach for chips when you're hungry, you shouldn't be able just to reach and get them. Start to make those habits that you want to break a little less convenient. Add some friction there. So what that means is you're trying to make maybe those less healthy decisions, or the habits that you want to break, a little less convenient, and add a little bit of friction to make it a little bit more difficult for you to indulge in those things, or for you to take part in that behavior. A good example of this is a study they did at a company where they wanted to encourage water consumption throughout the company, and they put water coolers everywhere all over the lunchroom, and then they took the sugared beverages like your pops and they put them in the same cooler, but now on the bottom shelf all the way in the back. By doing so, they made really healthy decisions, water, far more convenient, readily available, and they saw water consumption and water sales go up dramatically. So just by making something that is healthy very convenient and very readily available, and then by making something that is maybe less healthy, more inconvenient, it just makes that decision a little bit easier for you, the consumer. Part of that is having a plan. So if you find that you go out to eat all the time just because you didn't have a meal prepped for lunch every day when you go to work, what you could do on the weekends is meal prep. You have a plan. You have meals that are readily available, and those will probably contribute to your long-term fat loss goals. So if you've already meal prepped, it's kind of made that decision easier for you, where that decision is very convenient, it's already made, and it's ready to go. So maybe meal prepping is a great option for you. Other ways that you can have a plan is knowing when you're going out to eat that there are healthy guides to eating out. So there are healthy options, or healthier options, when you do go out to eat, and you can be picky when you do order your food. Having a plan going into a restaurant will set you up for success as well. Same goes with having healthy snacks throughout the day. If you find that you enjoy, be it chips or candy bars or whatever, and you find a healthy low-calorie snack that complements your goals, and those are readily available to you, you're more likely to be successful in your fat loss endeavors because you had a plan. The next thing I'd encourage, and I encourage that to all my clients, is just be okay with a 1% improvement every single day. A lot of people come in with grand goals where they want to accomplish tons in a short amount of time, and in reality, if you have a goal that's worth having, it just won't be super easy to get. So if you just make deposits of 1% every single day, time will take care of itself and will add up to long-term success. That's exactly how people gain body fat, is they make those deposits of more unhealthy decisions, and time takes care of itself and it adds up in body fat. So be okay if you're searching for long-term success in making 1% positive gains every day. And the final note I'll leave you on is to just make sure that your priorities are straight. Make sure your priorities are in line. What that means is you're focusing on high quality sleep, you're lowering your stress, you're hydrated well, you're eating nutrient dense foods most of the time, and you're active every single day, or most days. Where people run into problems is they start focusing on all the wrong things. So you start to hop on Google and they start to search for fat burners and green tea extract and Garcinia Garbargiac. And the reality is those things don't make much difference really at all because people are not focusing on the right things. Those things that actually really influence your health. Now I'm not saying that like, oh, supplements or different methods are not effective. I'm just saying like, if you suck at the basics, and the basics do 90% of the work for you, make sure you stay focused on the basics. That's it for the series. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. Let us know what you want to see next, and we'll talk soon.